What's happening, folks? Back with another reaction, back with some more Flock of Seagulls. So we're going back to the 1983 album Listen. I did notice when I downloaded the 9th track on the album, 2:30, I moved it over to my music computer, I got it ready to go, and I noticed it was 1 minute long. So my assumption is it's not a full song by any means. I would imagine it would be transitional or maybe atmospheric sonics that lead into the next proper tune. So I downloaded the next one as well, which is called Over the Border. So 2:30 Over the Border, maybe it could relate to a larger story in which that is the moment in which they pass some threshold. Now, borders aren't just physical. There can be social borders and cultural borders and all sorts of things that could serve as a barrier or at least a threshold between different phenomena, different situations. But yeah, without further context, it feels like part of a story, especially given that 2:30 is such a short and presumably transitional or setting up type of tune. So let's find out. This is Flock of Seagulls, first with 2:30 and then followed by Over the Border. Luke is like, what the hell? Feels dangerous. Like a wasteland. My computer's like, bro, that bass. Wasn't expecting that. I like this configuration, good balance in the tune, that high melody, the bass grooving away, this lead guitar, but it sounds like guitar, I don't know. There are times where like synth guitar, I think it's a guitar. Simple Minds has done that to me a couple times. From the something, drifting away from the shore. I think mainland was it? Try not to look back with anger. I try not to look back at all. Woof. Come on. So is there like a drum machine beat, but also live drums or real drums too? Or is it just all live drums? Looks like a shadow of motion. And it is a she. Looks like a shadow of mind. Really fantastic tune, and I'm hearing some of the lines. I still don't quite know what it's about, but it does sound like traveling, but there's also another person, although maybe that's metaphorical for a new land or other tunes get me up into my headspace. It's like imagining scenes and stories. They have a very evocative sound, synth-rock sound. She's over the border, okay. But like I said, literal, metaphorical, not sure. Again, not entirely sure what it's about, but I really enjoy that one. And yeah, it did feel like 2:30 was, maybe not even so much transitional as very intensely atmospheric, although it did bleed right into the beginning of this. So yeah, that was a cool little setup, though I'm glad I realized it was as short as it was, because that would have been a very minimal reaction. Nevertheless, it's another tune where, as I said, the atmospheric synth rock flavor of this group has come across very clearly after 2 albums. Again, I think going into it, basically the only tune I knew was I Ran. So yeah, hearing the ways in which their other songs are in some way reminiscent of that, but in other ways or in other cases, a different bit, or a different atmosphere, a different vibe, has become more clear to me now after almost 2 albums. But yeah, that was really cool, and I enjoyed as I said, I think it was a guitar, and there were like synth layers and synth elements too, but that way the main guitar sounded in parts, it either had some effect on it or it felt like it was maybe being doubled by parts of the synth work, but yeah, like I said, there's a couple tunes and a couple groups that have done that to me. Simple Minds comes to mind very quickly, where it's like, wait, is that a synth or is that a guitar? I'm not quite sure. And I think it was Philip was saying there are some times where that seems to be the goal, to make it so the sounds are compelling and vibrant, but you're not quite sure what you're hearing. So yeah, really cool pair of tunes in particular. Over the Border. So is it Over the Border? Because now I'm thinking of She's Crossing the Border. Yeah, Over the Border. So yeah, I'll have to figure out who she is. Do let me know if you have some insight into the lyrics. This is definitely one that I'm going to re-listen to with some interest. But yeah, looking forward to, I think there's at least a little bit more in this folder, whether they're proper tracks from the album or maybe bonus tunes, but I don't think this is the last one. So in any case, once again, shout out to Han Solo for making all this available. Do let me know what you think. I will see you next time. Peace.